Hey, what's up guys? I'm Israelisoldier and welcome back to another episode here on my channel. And as you can tell by the title, guys, I'm talking about something that's really caught my attention in the last couple weeks or this month. It's the Broadway show Hamilton. I am obsessed with Hamilton. Hamilton is a rap Broadway show that came along maybe last September, I think it was. It took me a long time to get into this show. All my friends listened to it, and they tried to convince me for so long to get into it, and I was like, okay, fine, I'll listen to it, and I did, and guess what, I'm obsessed with it. I'm honestly obsessed with this show. Basically all rap. It's a new twist on history, and as you can tell by the title, Hamilton, it's basically a biography of our founding father, Alexander Hamilton, and I've been really addicted to this show, guys. It took me a while to get into it, but I'm finally at the point where I'm kind of obsessed with it. I usually get obsessed with things it takes me a long time to get into, especially Minecraft. If you guys didn't know, I hated Minecraft a couple years ago. It's honestly one of the best musical theater albums I've ever listened to. The shows could take years for me to watch, but I'm planning on going to it soon, sometime this year. There's 46 songs in the album. Many of them are rap, many of them are just singing. I'm going to give you guys a quick little story about, I'm going to tell you guys what it's basically about. It's about Hamilton's life in general. So it starts off at him in the Caribbean. He's a young man. His mother and his father are both gone. He's an orphan. He had to make money, and then there was a hurricane, and his life changed. He wrote down what happened, and people there, they were impressed, and that got him sent to, of course, America. And Hamilton was then, 19, I think, and he went to Princeton College, and he wanted an accelerated course of study. That's a lyric in the song, in one of the first songs. He meets a guy named Aaron Burr. Aaron Burr was an amazing student, an amazing person at that time. He was not any older than Alexander. He was almost the same age, I think. And he met Aaron Burr, and Aaron Burr gave him some, knowledge. Hamilton met a group of people, Lafayette, Marquis de Lafayette. You guys know that he's the French general, I think. I'm not sure. Was a commander for the war, and if we didn't have him, we wouldn't have won that war. There was Hercules Mulligan. He was a spy undercover on the British side. He is British, but he came to America. There's John Lawrence. He was an amazing commander under George Washington. He won the war for us, but unfortunately he died before we won. During the first part of the album, he meets a group of sisters. They're one of the richest sisters in New York. They're the Schuyler sisters. He actually gets married to Eliza Schuyler, but he has an affair, you could say, with her sister, Angelica. Nothing too romantic, but they were like best friends, and you can understand they liked each other. Then he joins the revolution and fights as a soldier. George Washington found out who he was, and he was impressed. So George Washington wanted to hire him to be his secretary. Washington lets him command a bunch of troops, and they win the war in the Battle of Yorktown. Then his son is born, Philip. Philip eventually dies in a duel. This comes later, but he dies in a duel protecting his father's name. He comes to work to New York as a lawyer after the war, after the Battle of Yorktown, where they beat the British. And he's a lawyer, and he actually works right next door to Aaron Burr, but he still becomes a better lawyer because for some reason Alex always finds a way up faster than Burr does. He becomes a delegate for the New York delegate for the Constitutional Convention, but yeah, he becomes a real big contributor to the Constitution. He becomes the Secretary of Treasury, and he is in George's cabinet. He's also one of George's friends, and he creates a debt plan that will circulate the money throughout America, and he gets that passed through Congress. He creates one of the first banks and many more things that we wouldn't be around today. We wouldn't be America the way it is today if it wasn't for Alexander. Unfortunately, Alexander has some downsides. He actually cheated on his wife with yet another woman. Her name was Maria Reynolds. There was a whole it was a whole scam. Her husband made him pay money, and he knew the whole time. Maria Reynolds' husband knew the whole time, and it was kind of like a scam that they did. Because of that, he could not run for president because his affair and betrayal of his wife. He moves uptown with his wife and children. For some reason, Eliza forgives him and becomes a quiet man. He becomes quiet. No one really talks to him. Just, like, everyone's kind of mad at him. And then later in life, the election of 1800 comes around, and Thomas Jefferson is running against Aaron Burr. Aaron Burr is someone that he's known for a long time, and Thomas Jefferson, someone he's known since after the war. He hates them both. They both agree on nothing, but he says that Thomas has beliefs and Burr doesn't. So he endorses Thomas Jefferson, and every one of his followers goes for Thomas Jefferson, and he wins in a landslide, and they believe it's only because Hamilton. And after that, Burr went crazy. He was mad, so he decided, hey, I'm going to duel you, Hamilton. And unfortunately, Aaron Burr kills the decorated war vet, the one... well, actually, the reason why he won, Hamilton actually aimed his gun in the air. Honorable man. He died. I don't think it's honorable, but he died the way he wanted to die. Here's the cast. Lin-Manuel Miranda, he plays Alexander Hamilton, and he wrote every single song. He didn't write every single one. He basically created Hamilton. He's the creator of the show. There's Leslie Odom Jr. He plays Aaron Burr, the man that kills Alexander Hamilton. There's Renee Goldsberry. I've never said her name. All right, that's Angelica, the man, the Schuyler sister, who he sort of cheats with Eliza with. Then there's Eliza, who is Philippa Sue, Christopher Jackson, George Washington. Rory O'Malley plays King George. Before that, it was my favorite, honestly. It was, what's his name? Jonathan Groff. He was one of the best. He was in Glee in a lot of TV shows. He was really good. There's David Diggs, who plays Tom Jefferson, and of course Marquis de Lafayette. So he had a little bit of a French accent, and then he went to a American accent. I don't know how to say his name. I'm very sorry. It's Okiret. All right. Another one. I think it's another one, like another one. I'm not sure. Maybe he was catching on to the trend that's going on today. He plays Hercules Mulligan and James Madison. There's Anthony Ramos, who plays John Lawrence, and Philip Hamilton. Philip Hamilton is, of course, Alexander Hamilton's son. I didn't really mention that too much. Well, yeah, that's basically it for Hamilton. That's the biggest thing this month for me, I think. I listen to it every day, every single hour of the day, 5 times, 6 times a day, the whole track, of course. I'm obsessed. I'm learning all the raps. I'm getting it down. Guys, I'll tune in more for videos like this, because I will be doing a lot more reviews. And my review on this is 10 out of 10 for the Hamilton cast, because it is the best musical theater album I've ever listened to, guys. I highly recommend it. And I'm not really a theater buff, but I know what's going on, and I'm also a musician. So yeah, listen to me. Please listen to it. Buy it on iTunes. Check it out. Not sponsored. Wish I was sponsored, but they are amazing, guys. Please check them out, and also check my channel out. Leave a like, subscribe, and of course, check out the person that actually got me into this. I'm leaving their channel down below. That's Flirty Nerdies. There's a lot of other people, but they have a channel, and I wanted to kind of, give them the creds. Thank you guys for getting me into this. It really means a lot. So, yeah, that's basically it for Hamilton, and I've been Israeli Soldier. Peace out.